All right, I'm going to make a video today. I had a viewer that watches my lawnmower videos and requested that I make a video of how to put oil and gas in it. I mean, as crazy as that sounds, you know, for a lot of us, maybe people that just don't have a lot of information just don't know how to do that. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you how to put gas in it and how to put oil in it, because when you get it new, it's shipped to you without any oil in it, or it has very little oil in it. Mine had almost zero oil in it, and I bought mine from Toro Direct, and it was shipped to my house, dropped off on my porch in a box, and I did not go pick it up. I took it out of the box and had to fill it up with oil and gas. I mean, it's just the way it is. The oil fill is on this side, over here in the back, towards the back on your right side, and the gas is on your left side, and it's the big cap right here, and it's got the fuel pump that you can see, and over here it's got a little oil dip cup, you know, I guess that they used to use, you know, in the 40s, you know, a little oil cup to put oil in the vehicles. So that's your designation of the two different places you need to put gas and oil. So let's get a closer look at that. Okay, so the oil fill is over here on this mower. Other mowers, it might be in a little bit different spot, but it's going to be very similar. This is a 2024 all black, really cool looking Toro Recycler Max. I got this about 2 or 3 months ago, and I've been using it and pretty happy with it. Over here is your gas cap, the bigger cap right there that I pointed out earlier. Basically, to fill the mower up with gas, pretty straightforward. You're just going to screw your cap, and if you look into the cap, there's a filler neck that goes down into the tank. The tank is in the lower portion. Toro recommends that this not be filled up past the lower portion of the neck. So a whole tank full of gas up to about this point right here. Don't overfill your mower. That's what Toro recommends, especially if you put it in the smart stow position so that fuel doesn't drain out of the mower when it's sitting upright. So don't fill it up. Look into the tank and you'll see the neck goes down about 1.5 inches. Don't fill it up into the neck so that it starts wanting to come out of the container there. And then when you put your gas cap on, make sure you turn it until it stops on this mower. Some of the other mowers, you turn it and it comes to a stop and it clicks but still turns. Just make sure that you've got that securely on, just solely because I've been hesitant and, you know, been in a hurry to get mowing, and I've just put it on and I didn't fully screw it down, and the vibration of the mower and going over the bumps in the grass have made this back off, and where this was sitting, and it allowed grass or dirt or dust to get into the fuel tank, and you don't want to do that because it contaminates the fuel. Then that stuff that gets into the tank can go into your carburetor and the little bitty fine needles and jets and create havoc, and your mower won't start or run right, or it'll hesitate, and it's just a pain in the butt. Don't want to do that. So you make sure your cap is screwed on. Has a, just real quick, a little factory fuel screen on the bottom of the filter that goes into the hose that goes into the carburetor, but that is likely not fine enough. Just up to you whether you want to do this or not. I did. Don't criticize me because you don't believe it's correct or right. I added a Briggs & Stratton 0.75 aftermarket fuel filter to catch any additional stuff that might get into the fuel tank and get into the carburetor that's on the other side of the filter right here and cause your mower not to run right. And you got to spend the time taking your carb apart and cleaning that, where some people just elect to buy a brand new plastic carburetor. That works too, but just avoid the whole situation and try not to get dirt and grime and dust into your fuel tank, or have fuel filters, extra fuel filter for precautionary measures. So when you get your mower, it doesn't have any oil back in it, so we're going to jump back over here real quick. You're going to basically, when you take it out of the box, you're just going to want to make sure that it is not having any oil in it, so you don't overfill it when you go to put oil for the first time in there. There is the 2 little holes on the dipstick. You want to get your oil kind of in the center of those 2 or just slightly above the center. That's how you know that it's got the correct oil. You don't want to underfill it and you don't want to overfill it. It's a big deal because if you overfill it by just a little bit, you need to get that extra oil out of there, which means you got to tip it on its side, or you got to buy a little pump system from Harbor Freight or something like that that you can suck the oil out of the mower and then get it between those 2 dots, the 2 holes that are in that dipstick. It's important to not overfill it and not underfill it. But you're going to use the oil that came with the mower, just like this right here. I think this mower came with the Briggs & Stratton SAE 30. You can do a multi-weight oil, a 10W30 oil, or you can just do the SAE 30 oil. And I think I got both of them right here. This is just a Walmart brand, a decent brand. It's not going to damage your mower. These are not synthetic oils. This is a 10W30, and that is a straight 30. They even make synthetic motor oil for these that you don't want to put automotive car oil in here. You would typically want to put more of a motorcycle oil. It's got a 4T written on the bottle, 4T, or it says lawnmower on the bottle, like that container does. Lawnmower oil, Briggs & Stratton. But you just want to fill it up, and you make sure before you go putting in a whole bunch of oil, you need to check your dip stick each time to make sure you're not overfilling it, because it is a little bit of a pain in the butt to get the oil out to have it at the correct level. But then screw your cap on, and this particular mower, and every mower is different, you need to read in your owner's manual. This mower has said in a couple of places that you screw the cap on to where it stops, and then to check the oil level, then you unscrew it and you look at it. Then to check it again, you put it all the way back in and you turn it out, take it out and check it. Some mowers you do not, after wiping it off, you do not screw it down completely, because that'll give you a false reading. But this mower, from the crappy instructions that came with it, there's no written words. It's just all diagram and arrows, shows a spinning on and a spinning off each time. So that's what you need to do, as far as I know. If you know differently, please let me know. But I'm just following the instructions on this mower. Get you a little gas can. A little gas can like this just makes it easier filling the tank of the mower instead of a big gas can. I've got 3 or 4 different kinds of gas cans, but the little plastic gas can is good. I would recommend a metal gas can if you can find one in your area. A metal gas can, it'll preserve your gas a little bit longer. And then I want to talk to you about the fuel that you're going to put in the mower. So here we go to that next. All right. Basically, some viewers may say, hey, you didn't talk about what fuel goes in your mower, and that's very important too. Well, on my last Briggs & Stratton Lawn Boy mower that I mowed with for 13, 14 years, I just went up to the gas station, regular gas station, and just got 10% ethanol fuel. I did not go and select the 0 ethanol pump. We just didn't have them around here. Now we do, but we didn't have them then. So I just, for 13, 14 years, ran the ethanol, a little bit of the ethanol fuel in there, and I never had a problem. The thing you need to remember is that you don't leave fuel sitting for many months in your mower or any of your lawn equipment. Just don't do it. Run your mower out, put in what you're going to use, and then run the mower out when you put it up. That way you're not going to have any fuel returns to varnish or degrades in your tank or in the carburetor and causes your mower not to run. That's like the number one 99% problem that people's mowers don't run good or they don't start, is that they left fuel in there too long and the fuel has degraded. So always just put enough in there that you can run the mower out before you put this away for many months. If you're going to mow next week, it's not a concern. If you're going to mow 2 weeks from then and you're going to run through that tank of gas, not a problem. Just don't leave it in there over the entire winter and then pull this out in January, February, March and start mowing with it, because it's not going to start and it's not going to run right. So just remember, you always want to run the fuel out. That's what I do with my chainsaw. Anything that's gas and it's going to sit, don't leave gas in it. It doesn't matter if it's an ethanol free or if it's 10%, 15% ethanol in it, just don't do it. Okay, that's it.